Right, I'm going to read a poem by a man called Edward Rushton, one of Liverpool's great unsung heroes. This November is the bicentenary of his death, and there's quite a few things happening this year to honour that. He was part of the abolition group in Liverpool, became a great poet, having educated himself as a blind man. He was behind the formation of the first blind school in the British Empire in Liverpool. He supported a whole raft of radical causes, most famously for abolition, but also republicanism, support for the Irish rights, and a number of others. I'm going to read a poem about Toussaint Louverture. In fact, it's a poem imagined in the voice of Toussaint Louverture, who was the leader of the Haitian slave uprising, an extraordinary man in his own right. And there are a number of poems, including by Wordsworth, about Toussaint Louverture, but they tend to be poems of sympathy and regret, whereas Rushton, as you'll see, imagines the anger of Toussaint addressing his fellow slaves as the French arrived with their fleet, having gone back on their word that the slaves would be free to reconquer the island. Whether forced from burning shores where the tawny lion roars, whether doomed with stripes and chains, here to dress your native plains, men of noble daring, say, shall we crouch to France's sway? Shall we wield again the hoe, taste again the cup of woe? Or shall we rouse, and with the lightning's force blast the relentless foe and desolate his course? When the world's eternal sire placed on high yon glorious fire, were the splendid beams designed for a part of humankind? No, ye sable warriors, no. All that live partake the glow. Now with canvas white as foam, see the daunted, vaunted legions come. Nerved by freedom once they rose, and o'erwhelmed a world of foes. Now by freedom nerved no more, lo, the miscreants seek our shore. Men whose famished sides have felt strokes by dastard drivers dealt, men whose sorrowing souls have borne wrong and outrage, toil and scorn, men whose wives the pallid brood have by torturing arts subdued. Friends of Toussaint, warriors brave, call to mind the mangled slave. And oh, remember, should your foes succeed, that not yourselves alone, but all you love must bleed. Fathers, shall the tiny race, objects of your fond embrace, they who neath the tamarind tree oft have gaily climbed your knee? Fathers, shall those prattlers share pangs that slaves are doomed to bear? Shall their mirth and lisping tones be exchanged for shrieks and groans? And shall those arms that round your neck have twined be to the twisted thong and endless toil consigned? Towering spirits, ye who broke slavery's agonizing yoke, ye who like the whirlwind rushed and your foes to atoms crushed, ye who from Domingo's strand swept the daring British band, ye, O warriors, ye who know freedom's bliss and slavery's woe, say, shall we bow to Bonaparte's train, or with unshaken nerves yon murderous wights disdain? From those eyes that round me roll, wildly flash the indignant soul. On those rugged brows I see stern, unyielding liberty. Yes, your daring aspect show, France shall soon repent the blow. Soon shall famished sharks be fed, vultures soon shall tear the dead. O glorious hour! Now, now, yon fiends defy. Assert great nature's course. Live free, or bravely die.